Ollie the Otter learns about choices and consequences, written and illustrated by Kids Story Time. Hi adventurers, have you ever made a decision without thinking about what might happen next? Sometimes things seem like a good idea at first, but they can have consequences we didn't expect. Today we'll meet Ollie the Otter, who learns that every choice we make leads to a result, some good, some bad. But the most important thing, learning from mistakes and making better choices next time. Stick around for fun, interactive questions at the end. And don't forget to subscribe for more exciting and meaningful stories. Now, let's dive into Ollie's adventure. Ollie the Otter loved to play. He loved swimming fast, jumping from rocks and rolling in the sand. Every day, he found something new and exciting to do. But sometimes, he didn't think about the results of his actions.
Ollie, you're always finding new ways to have fun. But remember, choices have consequences. Sometimes fun can turn into trouble.
Oh, Sam, you always worry too much. What's the worst that could happen?
One day, Ollie noticed a group of otters playing on a floating log. They were jumping, laughing, and balancing on it as it wobbled with the river's movement. It looked like so much fun.
Ollie, come join us. It's the best game ever.
Ollie, that log looks unstable. Maybe you should think about this before jumping on.
Oh, Sam, I have great balance. I won't fall.
Ollie didn't listen to Sam. He jumped onto the log, making it rock wildly. At first it was fun, but then...
Whoa! The log is moving too much.
Uh-oh, maybe this wasn't a good idea.
Kids, what do you think will happen next? Should Ollie have listened to Sam? A. Jumped in without thinking, just like he did. B. Listened to Sam and thought before acting. C. Told the other otters to tip the log more for extra fun. If you chose B, you're absolutely right. Ollie should have thought before jumping. Instead, the log tipped over, sending everyone splashing into the cold river. Every action has a consequence. Thinking before we act helps us make better choices.
Okay, that was definitely not my best idea.
The other otters weren't happy. They were cold and wet, and their fun was ruined. Ollie realized his actions affected others, not just himself.
Ollie, that was awful. We all got soaked because of you.
I didn't mean to ruin the fun. I should have listened.
Ollie sat alone watching the rippling water. He had never seen his friends look so upset with him. The laughter from earlier was gone, replaced by frustration and disappointment.
Maybe I really should have listened, but I just wanted to have fun.
Ollie, it's okay to make mistakes, but what's important is learning from them.
Ollie didn't want his day to end like this. He wanted to fix things, but he wasn't sure how.
Maybe I can make it up to them somehow, but how?
Maybe you should start by asking them.
Ollie took a deep breath. He knew this was his chance to fix things. His heart pounded, but he took the first step forward.
I'm really sorry for what happened. I didn't think about how my actions would affect you all. I just wanted to have fun, but I should have been more careful.
We're glad you understand, Ollie. But how do we know you won't do something reckless again?
Ollie knew words weren't enough. He needed to show them he had learned something.
I promise I'll think before I act. And if I ever make a bad choice again, I'll take responsibility for it.
All right, Ollie, we'll give you another chance, but we need to see you actually change.
Just then, the otters spotted a challenge, crossing the river using stepping stones. It was a tricky path, and if they weren't careful, they could slip and fall into the water again.
Ollie, why don't you go first?
Sure.
This was Ollie's moment to prove he had learned his lesson. He felt the familiar urge to rush forward without thinking, but this time, he stopped.
Okay, let me test each stone first to see if it's stable.
Good thinking, Ollie.
Ollie carefully stepped across each stone. This time, he didn't rush. He tested each one before moving forward, making sure he wouldn't slip.
Nice work, Ollie. You actually thought before acting.
See, I told you I'd learn.
Ollie finally understood something important. Being brave isn't about acting without thinking. It's about making smart choices, even when you're excited.
You did good today, Ollie. You learned from your mistake and made a better choice.
Yeah, I guess thinking before acting is pretty useful.
Let's see what you remember from Ollie's story. Question 1. What was Ollie's mistake? A. He didn't listen to Sam and jumped on the log. B. He took too long to think. C. He didn't play at all. The answer is A. He didn't listen to Sam and jumped on the log. Ollie made a quick decision without thinking about the consequences. He was excited and wanted to join his friends, but he ignored Sam's warning about the log being unstable. Sometimes, when we rush into things, we can end up in trouble. It's important to listen to advice and make sure some. Question 2. What did Ollie do differently when crossing the stepping stones? A. He ran across quickly. B. He tested each stone carefully. C. He waited for someone else to go first. The answer is B. He tested each stone carefully. This time, Ollie thought before he acted. Instead of rushing ahead like before, he checked each stepping stone first to make sure it was stable before stepping on it. This shows that he learned from his mistake and made a safer, smarter choice. Thinking before acting helps us avoid problems and make better decisions. Question 3. What is the lesson of Ollie's story? A. Have fun no matter what. B. Think before making choices. C. Never play with friends. The answer is B. Think before making choices. The biggest lesson from Ollie's story is that our choices have consequences. It's always good to have fun, but we should also think about the effects of our actions before we do something. By taking a moment to consider our decisions, we can make sure we're being safe, responsible, and kind to others. Ollie's story teaches us that thinking before we act helps us make better decisions. Every choice we make affects our lives and those around us. Now, it's your turn. Can you think of a time when you had to make a smart decision? What did you do? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring and fun stories. See you next time, adventurers. Thanks for watching. Hope you and your kids enjoy this story. Please do visit and subscribe to our channel, Kids Storytime.